Hello and welcome to my channel The Complete CSC Guide, and I am Sanskriti. Now in previous class we have studied about the noiseless channel protocols, which was for error control and flow control, but there we have not used the error control or flow control. Now we are talking about the noisy channel protocols, right? So in this noisy channel protocols we are taking the channel as a noisy one, where noise is a factor. Okay, so when noise is a factor, so here we have to implement the flow control or error control so that our transmission can be successful in this noisy channel, right? Now here you can see what is a noisy channel, what kind of channel is called a noisy channel, right? So adding flow and error control between sender and receiver where the noise is present, that particular channel where noise is a factor. There in previous protocols we have seen it was a noiseless channel where noise was not a factor, so implementing flow control or error control was not so important, right? Now here in this noisy channel, what is important, that here we are adding a flow and error control between the sender and the receiver, right? The sender from where the transmission is starting and the receiver where the transmission is ending. So here we are using a flow control or error control technique. Why? Since we are taking this particular channel as a noisy channel. If our channel is noiseless, then these particular things are not needed, which was in our simplest protocol and stop and wait protocol. Now we are talking about stop and wait ARQ, that is for your noisy channel, automatic repeat request, right? Now, so this is the thing, the flow and error control had to be implemented here. Now what is stop and wait ARQ? We will see now. First of all, adds error control to stop and wait protocol. Now, when we have studied the stop and wait protocol in the previous class, you can see the video. There, what I have told that there we are not implementing any kind of error control. But when you are adding an error control technique in this stop and wait protocol, then it will be known as stop and wait ARQ, that is stop and wait automatic repeat request, right? Now detect and correct frames. Here what is the technique, how this error control will be implemented? So what is an error? If anything which we want to happen but it is not happening, something different is happening, that is our error here, right? Now to detect and correct the frames, those frames which are having this error, some error is detected in this kind of frames. So if some kind of error is detected, that is we have to detect the error and correct the error. This is what is known as error control. First of all, you detect the error and then the error will be corrected. That is known as the error control. So here what is happening, to detect and correct the frames, what we are doing, we are adding add redundancy bit to the data frame. So this kind of redundancy bits are added. A redundancy bit is added to the frame, that is the particular data frame where this redundancy bit will be added. This particular bit, what it will do, it will detect the error and it will correct the error. So this is the method how we are going to do this error control. Now frames arrives at receiver side, that is your frames which have been the sender is sending the particular frames and it is arriving at the receiver side. If checked and corrupted, discarded. That means this is my sender, right, and this is my receiver. So if the sender is sending a particular frame to the receiver, what will happen here? The detection, when the receiver receives a data frame, it is receiving a particular data frame. This is my data frame, right? So this data frame, when the receiver is receiving, what it will do, it will first of all it will check whether it is correct or it's corrupted. Then if it is correct, then it's okay, it will give an acknowledgement here. But if it is not correct, that means it is corrupted. If it is corrupted, then what it will do, it will discard this frame. So what it will do, it will discard, since the frame, if it is not corrupted, it will obviously give an acknowledgement to the sender, yes, I have received the frame. But if this frame is corrupted and this receiver is checking the frame, it is getting this frame as a corrupted frame, it will, then what it will do, it will discard the frame. That means it needs the frame again. So this kind of thing will happen, then some retransmission will happen that we will see now after this. Okay, so first of all, the main concept is what? The receiver is receiving the frame, it is taking the frame, and the frame is corrupted, it is discarded. That's all. Okay, now detection of errors manifested by silence of receiver. Now, what is the main thing here? Here, when the sender is sending, the receiver is getting a particular frame, a correct frame, then what will happen? The receiver will again send an acknowledgement to the sender. Now, if this kind, how you will know that some error had been detected? What is the concept of knowing that some kind of error had been detected? How you will know that one? That is, we are getting a silence from the receiver. The receiver is not sending us anything, right? The receiver is not giving us an acknowledgement. So this kind of thing is giving us this, yes, some kind of detection of error have happened at the receiver. So detection of error, how it will be manifested? By silence of the receiver. The receiver is getting a silence, giving you a silence stop. Okay, that is, it's giving a silence phase. It is not giving you any kind of acknowledgement. It is not giving you any kind of answer when it is getting a corrupted frame. A silence is being received from the receiver, that yes, some kind of error had been detected at the receiver. Then when the receiver receives a data frame that is out of order, means frame were either lost or duplicated. Now what will happen? If the receiver is receiving a frame which is out of order, that means what? The frame which is either lost or duplicated. That means what? Either lost means the sender is sending the frame, and the frame, what is happening here? The sender is sending a frame, particular frame, but the frame is lost. It is not going to the receiver. The receiver is not receiving the frame. Or some duplicated frame. Suppose the sender had sent, the receiver had not sent anything. The sender is retransmitting any frame. That retransmitted frame, okay, retransmitted frame, that will be known as duplicated frame. Duplicate frame. Okay. So these kind of duplicated frame or lost frame, if received by the receiver, then what will happen when the receiver receives a data frame that is out of order? That is known as out of order. What is that? Means frame which is either lost or duplicated. That is known as out of order frame. Okay. Now, lost or corrupted frames needs to be resent. If this kind of thing happens, some frame is lost, here the frame is lost, right? It is not going to the receiver. The receiver is not receiving this frame. Then it will not send anything. Since it is not receiving the frame, how it will send you an acknowledgement? If the receiver is receiving the frame, then it will send you an acknowledgement. Here in the figure you can see the frame is going, acknowledgement is received. Frame is lost, no acknowledgement is received. How it will give you the receipt? That is what is known as the silence of the receiver. When the receiver is not giving me any kind of response, it is in the silent phase. That means what? Something had happened wrong. If the receiver is getting a perfect frame, a correct frame, obviously it will give you a particular acknowledgement. But if the receiver is not receiving anything, that means maybe my frame is lost, or maybe I am sending a duplicated frame. At that time, what will happen? This in case of lost or in case of lost or the frames which are duplicated, if we say, or the corrupted frame, that is the lost frame or here corrupted frame. These kind of things are happening. These kind of things are being received by the receiver. Then what will happen? For lost and corrupted frame, lost frame, nothing is going there to the receiver. That is another thing. And if corrupted frame is going here, then what the receiver will do? It will discard the frame. In both these cases, the receiver is not having any kind of frame. So obviously it will go to a silent phase. It will not give you any kind of acknowledgement. So it will go to a silent phase, right? So this kind of thing if happens, so this receiver, you will not receive any kind of acknowledgement from the receiver. This thing will happen. Now, next is what? If lost frame is there, or if suppose some corrupted frame is there. In both the cases, receiver doesn't have anything. Right? Since lost, if frame is lost, receiver is not having any frame. If frame is corrupted, it will discard it. Again, it is not having any kind of frame. So in both the cases, receiver is not going to send you any kind of acknowledgement. Right? So here what is written, that lost or corrupted frame needs to be resent. Then what will happen, the sender is waiting for a particular amount of time, which is known as the time span. The time, this particular time span, whatever it is given there, that particular time the sender will wait. This, yes, the receiver, in this time span the receiver will give me an acknowledgement. If the sender is not getting any kind of acknowledgement within this particular time span, then what will happen, the sender will resend the frame. So here the sender is waiting, and here the receiver, what it is, in both these cases, no any kind of frame is with the receiver. So receiver will go to a silent phase, right? A silent phase, the receiver will go in. And what will happen, the sender now will wait for a particular time. After this time, receiver is not sending anything, sender will resend the frame. In both these cases, lost or corrupted, the sender will resend the frame, since the receiver is not going to tell anything. So the sender will resend the frame. Now what will happen, receiver does not respond when there is an error. How sender will know which frame to resend? Now receiver, it's not saying anything, that it's not giving you any kind of acknowledgement when some error is coming. So how sender will know that where the error have occurred? Again see, receiver does not respond when there is an error. Receiver is in a silent phase when it is getting a particular error, right? Now how sender will know which frame to resend? Now how the sender will know which frame I have to resend, which one have the error? Then what will happen, so sender keeps copy of the sent frame. When the sender is sending a particular frame, okay, the sender is sending a particular frame, in this case suppose the sender is sending frame number 0, then what will happen, the sender will have a copy of that particular frame which it is sending. Then what will happen, if the receiver is not giving the acknowledgement, the sender will know that yes, this copy I have sent, it will resend that particular copy. So the sender is having a copy of the frame which have been sent. This is the thing which is happening it is made by the sender. The sender is making a copy and it is keeping the copy with it, which frame it had sent now, the present frame which it had transmitted. So that if acknowledgement doesn't comes, the sender have the knowledge that which frame it had to resend. Otherwise the sender will not know that which particular frame it had to resend, right? So this is the thing, the copy of the sent frame. It is also very important in stop and wait ARQ. Now next is, also sender starts the timer. Sender will, which I have told you, the time span, that is a sender will start a timer. When it is sending, here you can see it is sending a frame and here this timer is starting. Okay, so here the timer is starting and at this point of time the timer is stopping. So this is the particular time span the sender will be waiting for a particular acknowledgement from the receiver. After this particular time frame, if the receiver is sending the acknowledgement or anything happens, that doesn't matter, the sender will take it as a lost frame or it as an error, right? It will be an error only for the sender. If before the time span the receiver sends an acknowledgement, the whole thing will be okay, right? But if the sender is not getting any kind of acknowledgement before this time span, then it will take it as an error, right? And it will retransmit the frame, whatever condition is there. The sender is not going to see that whether my frame is lost, my frame had been corrupted. It is not going to see. It will just resend the particular frame which it had sent previously, the previous frame which it had transmitted, that particular frame. Now time expires, no acknowledgement, then frame resend. If the time expires, this particular time here it expires. So if the time expires, then what will happen? No acknowledgement received from the receiver. What will happen then? Frame resend. It will resend the frame. It will not wait again, or it is not going to see, or it is not a duty of the sender to see whether the frame was corrupted, whether the acknowledgement was not sent, whether the frame was lost. It is not going to be seen by the sender. The sender will only wait for the acknowledgement again it will resend. It had two duties only. First of all, to send and to resend and to wait. This is what the sender is going to do, right? Now, copy will be held, timer will be restarted. Here timeout, then again restart, timeout, it will restart the particular timer. Again it will have the copy. If it is resending the frame, then also it will have a copy of the frame, right? So that it will know, maybe this resend frame will also, it can also get lost, or it can also not, it can also get corrupted. So again it is doing the same thing for this sender. This resend frame is also a particular frame, so again it is keeping a copy and it is restarting the timer, right? Now, acknowledgement frame can also be corrupted or lost. Same thing. This is what the frame is lost. Now, if acknowledgement frame, acknowledgement is also a type of frame. It's not anything else. Acknowledgement is also a type of frame which it is sending by, which is sent by the receiver to the sender on getting a perfect frame, right? So here you can see the acknowledgement is lost. It is also frame, it can also be get corrupted, it can also be lost, right? So acknowledgement can also be corrupted or lost. Means redundancy bit and sequence number of acknowledgement frame has a sequence number field. Acknowledgement now have a sequence number field also, since it is also having a redundancy bit to see which one is the corrupted bit, or to detect and correct the error. But here a sequence field is present for the acknowledgement. So this is what is the sequence bits, right? So here it can see that what kind of sequence field it had, that which particular sequence, which particular frame, for which frame I am sending the acknowledgement. So it is also maintaining a particular field, that is the sequence field. Now, sender discards corrupted acknowledgement frame, ignores out of order one. Now the sender is getting the acknowledgement. If the acknowledgement is corrupted, it's not able to see that what kind of acknowledgement, for which frame the acknowledgement have been sent. That is a corrupted one. So sender will discard the corrupted one, right? The sender will discard the corrupted frame. That is the corrupted acknowledgement frame, or the out of order frame. Suppose, which I have already told you, that if the frame is, if the acknowledgement is coming, the acknowledgement is perfect, and it is coming after the expiry of the timeout, that is expiry of the time span, that is how after timeout, if the particular frame is coming, the acknowledgement frame, that is also a corrupted one, or that is also taken as a lost frame. So sender will discard this particular out of order frame, right? It will ignore that one. So this is what is happening in case of stop and wait ARQ. This is the technique, these particular techniques which here it is written, you can see that also. So these are the particular things which are happening in case of stop and wait ARQ, right? Now what is happening? What is the sequence numbers? Let's see. Range of sequence number needs to be minimized. Frame size requires smallest range and ambiguous communication. Here it's a sequence frame. Whatever you are seeing, sequence numbers are there, needs to be minimized frame size. That is, the frame size should be minimized. If it will be a longer one, then it will be impossible to do this kind of transmission. So the sequence should be minimized. Now, requires smallest range, that is for an ambiguous communication, the smallest range is needed, right? Now, field m bits long, sequence number 0 to 2m. If the field is, that is your field of the sequence field is, okay, this field is m bits long, suppose it is m bits long, then what will be the sequence number? Sequence number will be 0 to 2 to the power m minus 1. This will be the range, that this will be the whole sequence, whatever the field, it will be the size. So it will should be minimized, right? Now here sender has sent the frame number x. If suppose the sender is sending, here it is the sender and here it is the receiver. Now if the sender has sent the frame number x, x minus 3, right? Things can happen. What the things can happen? Frame arrives safe and sound to the receiver. Frame arrives safe and sound to the receiver. That means the frame is correct. Now what will happen? Receiver sends acknowledgement to the sender. receiver's acknowledgement is sent. It is sending an acknowledgement to the sender. Sender send the next frame number x plus 1. Now, if next what will happen? If this sender is sending this particular frame, now it will send the x plus. So it is the x frame which it had been sending. The x plus 1 frame will be sent to the next. Next it will send the x plus. This is a particular transmission which is perfectly okay. Sender is sending, receiver is giving the acknowledgement, and sender is sending the next frame. But next what will happen? This is the first case which can happen. Next case what will happen? Frame arrives safe at the receiver, sender, receiver. Now again frame arrives safe at the receiver. Now acknowledgement sent by the receiver. Receiver is sending an acknowledgement. This is the ACK. And what happened? ACK, that is your acknowledgement, is corrupted or it is lost. In this case, the acknowledgement is either corrupted or lost. Then what will happen? Sender resends frame X after timeout. Sender will wait. It will wait for the timeout. After timeout, what will happen? The sender will again send the same X. That is same frame. That is X. So the sender will do again same thing. It will send the same frame which was sent previously, right? But it will wait for a time frame. That is if when the timeout is done, that is the time frame is expired, the sender will again send the frame. Okay. So this is what is the second case. Now what is the third case? Third case is frame corrupted and never arrived. This is sending a frame and this is corrupted or lost and it never arrives to the receiver. In this case what will happen? Receiver, same thing again, receiver will go to a silent phase. And what will happen? Sender will not receive anything. After timeout, it will again resend the X frame. So these things can happen. First of all, X is my frame. So X is my frame which is I am having. This is my frame, the current frame X. First thing, sender is sending the X frame. Receiver is giving the response that yes, the acknowledgement, the same, safe and sound, the same, the frame had received by the receiver. The receiver is sending the acknowledgement, the sender is getting the acknowledgement. It is sending the next copy, that is X plus 1 frame. Next thing, it is a nice one, that is a perfect one, perfect transmission. Next, lost transmission. First case, that is the loss of acknowledgement. Sender is sending the X frame, receiver is receiving the frame. Receiver is giving an acknowledgement, but the acknowledgement is either corrupted or lost. Sender will wait for the time span, that is for the timeout. After timeout, it will resend the frame. Which frame? X frame. Next case, if the frame is lost, sender is sending an X frame, it is lost or corrupted, never been sent to the receiver, or the receiver will never receive any kind of frame, it will go to a silent phase. Timeout, after timeout, sender will again resend the frame. Which frame now? X frame. So if the case is correctly done, the transmission is correct, then next frame, that is X plus 1 frame, will be sent to the receiver. But if some corruption, some kind of corrupted frame or some kind of your lost frames are there, the sender after timeout, it will resend the frame. So these are the three cases which happens in case of this stop and wait ARQ. Then now next is acknowledgement number. So this is the sequence number, right? This is the sequence number which we are talking about. Which next frame the sender will send to the receiver. So this sequence number is necessary. Now what is acknowledgement number? Acknowledgement number always announce the sequence number of the next frame expected by the receiver. So acknowledgement number is what? This is the sequence number, that which particular frame had to be sent next. Now acknowledgement number is what? ACK number is what? Here you can see the acknowledgement which is sent by the receiver. It is also having a, this is the sender number, but whatever frame it is sending, but a receiver is also having a number, that is the acknowledgement number. Why? This particular thing, it will, since we are having beats what? 0101 beats we are having. Okay, no numbering bits are not here. So 0101 is that is our binary bits are there, right? So what thing is happening when the sender is sending frame 0, the receiver is not sending ACK 0. Why? The receiver is sending what? Acknowledgement 1. That means here we have a sequence number, here also receiver also have a particular sequence feed. So here what will happen, the sender, this particular thing is also with the receiver also. The sender is sending this 0. So this 0 is received by the receiver. It is sending an acknowledgement. Next I want this 1. So the acknowledgement 1 means I am asking for the next bit. Whatever is the next bit, the receiver will ask for that bit, and that particular bit will be in the particular, that is the acknowledgement number, that what next frame the receiver wants from the. So it is a kind of request, automatic repeat request, that I am asking you for a particular request. This particular frame I need. So this is the acknowledgement number which is given by the receiver. Now if the frame 0 arrived, okay, then acknowledgement is ACK1. That is next frame I am expecting 1. That is this frame, this particular frame I am expecting. That is by the receiver. Okay, then so this is the thing which is of the acknowledgement number. So sequence number is there and an acknowledgement number is also there in case of this particular ARQ. Now, what is the designing? Sender keeps copy of last frame sent until receives its acknowledgement. So this sender, when it is sending the frame, it is keeping a copy of the frame until it is receiving an acknowledgement. After it is getting the acknowledgement, this copy is of no need. Why it's of no need? Since it is going to send a next frame. So next frame copy will be held by the sender. The sender is not going to keep all the copies of this particular sender, whatever frame it is sending, transmitted frames. No, it will send the frame and it will hold the copy of the frame until and unless it is getting the particular acknowledgement. When it is getting the acknowledgement, discarded. Next frame which it is sending, again copy of that particular frame is with the particular sender, right? Now data frame has sequence number, acknowledgement frame has acknowledgement number. So data frame, this is the sequence number, and acknowledgement frame has an acknowledgement number, which I have already told you. Okay, no need to discuss further. Now sender has control variable SN, next frame to send. This is the control variable. Okay, now sender had a control variable. This sender, where you can see the sender and receiver, so sender had a control variable. This one is the control variable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this kind of thing where 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. So this one is my control variable, right? And the receiver here. So here what is happening? The next frame which I have to send, that particular number will be given here as the sequence number. That is 0. So here what we are getting 0. So this 0 frame is sent. Receiver 1, acknowledgement 1. Again see, sender is sending here this 1, this frame is sent, but it is lost or corrupted. It will wait for a time span, time out, again restart, no particular acknowledgement had been received. The sender is again resending frame 1. Now receiver had received this frame. Receiver now want to receive this particular 0. So acknowledgement again 0. Now sender had sent the frame 0. This receiver had received an acknowledgement ACK1 is sent. But what is happening? The acknowledgement is lost now. Now what will happen? The sender after timeout again will send this frame 0. Since it had the copy of the previous frame, and it will send the, now the receiver had received that particular thing and it is sending ACK. This thing will go on until and unless the end is reached, right? So this is the thing, this is the purpose of this particular sequence field and its acknowledgement number, sequence number. So acknowledgement frame has the acknowledgement. Sender had the control variable which will show that which frame had to be sent next. So this is the control variable, and this sequence number for the next frame to send, that is 0 or 1, whatever it wants, it will give you then which next frame it is going to send. So this is the particular control variable. Now next one is receiver control variable Rn, next frame is expected. Now this is the receiver control variable Rn, which is also having this particular sequence, but it will have the next frame which it wants to receive. So here it is getting this frame. Now this one. So ACK will have this number, this particular frame which is wants next. Here sender, each and every frame is there and it will give the next frame whichever it is sending, the number of that frame. Receiver will have only, it will request whatever frame it want to request from the sender, that will be the ACK number, right? Now here receiver, that is called as the receiver control variable. Now next is frame send. SN will be incremented. As soon as the frame is sent, the SN will be incremented, that is it will go to the next one. Okay, so it is incremented to the next one, that is by modulo 2. If 0 becomes 1, it will be incremented by modulo 2. Now frame receipt, RN will also get incremented, it will go to the next. It will also get incremented by modulo 2. If 0, it will become 1. So here what is happening, they are going on incrementing. This is also, this variable is also incrementing and this variable is also incrementing. So this is what is happening, and here you can easily understand from this flow diagram that 3 conditions which I have told you. The perfect one, frame sent, acknowledgement received. Frame received, acknowledgement sent, acknowledgement received. Perfect one. Next one, frame sent, lost, corrupted or lost. Now what will happen? This receiver is not receiving anything. Obviously it will go to a silence phase. After timeout, the sender will again resend that particular frame. Frame received, receiver send acknowledgement, done. Next, third case, frame send, acknowledgement send. But acknowledgement is corrupted or lost. Again, sender will stop for the particular time to expire. After time expiring, then what will happen? Again it will resend the frame. Frame received, acknowledgement received. These are the 3 conditions which you have to keep in mind, and these are not so much critical to understand, or it is not so much critical to memorize. You can easily understand that these things are happening. These 3 are the main conditions of, nothing else is there. These 3 conditions are there. Frame sent, receiver is giving acknowledgement, done. Frame sent, corrupted, lost, receiver not saying anything. Again resend, again frame sent, receiver giving acknowledgement, corrupted or lost, again resend. So these are the 3 conditions. So you have to just understand this thing, and it's not so critical to understand. Now what is the efficiency? Stop and wait ARQ, previous section is very inefficient in our channel. That was previous section in stop and wait protocol. That is, channel is thick and long. Thick means channel is large bandwidth. Channel is having a large bandwidth. Okay, that is thick and long. The channel is taken as thick and long means the bandwidth is very large of the channel. Long means round trip delay is long. Round trip delay means the whole trip. The whole trip, the going of this particular frame, the sending of frame, the receiving of acknowledgement, the round trip is very much long, right? So bandwidth into RTT is equals to bandwidth delay product, that is the BDP. Bandwidth delay product means the bandwidth into the RTT, round trip time, right? Now, if the channel is taken as a pipe, if we are taking the channel as a pipe, okay, suppose your channel, we are taking it as a pipe, then what will happen? Then BDP is volume of the pipe in beats. BDP will be the volume of the pipe, okay, that is the bandwidth delay product. And now pipe is always there, okay, if not used it is inefficient. The pipe is there, that means your channel is there. This is my channel, the channel is always there. If not used, this channel is a waste, so obviously it is inefficient, right? So this is inefficient if not in use. So continuous, the use should be continuous for the channel, then it will be efficient one. Now BDP, measure of number of beats we can send out of our system while waiting for news from the receiver. Number of beats we are going on sending in the channel before getting the acknowledgement from the receiver, that is our BDP. Now this is what is the case, that this is our channel, the channel should be continuously used. If we are here, what is happening? Our frame is sent, acknowledgement is received, so continuous use of the channel is done. There what was happening, we were sending the particular frame, we were waiting for a time span, then again we were sending. This was happening here. The channel is continuously used by the sender and receiver, so it is efficient, right? That was in particular page which we have seen in the simplest protocol also, they were inefficient than this one, right? Here the channel uses more. Next is pipelining. Task is often begun before the previous task has ended. That means task is again starting before the previous task has ended. This task is again starting, right? This is what is happening in a pipelining. Now it is called pipelining. No pipelining in stop and wait ARQ. Here pipelining we are not using. Since why? Here frame is same, then it is waiting, right? If this task had started before getting the acknowledgement, again another frame was sent, we will see this protocol whatever ARQ in next classes. There you will see what is that thing. But here what is happening, a frame is sent and the sender is waiting, it is sitting idle. Acknowledgement received, then only it is going to resend or whatever which is sending the next frame. But here also some point of inefficiency is there, where this particular time frame the sender is waiting. Here this task is ending, then again a new task is started. But in next ARQs what we will study, there you will see that at the time of the task, whenever the task is started, another task will also begin before this task is ended, right? So this is not in case of this, that is called pipeline, and that is not in case of this particular stop and wait ARQ. That will be in another ARQs, right? Now here we need to wait for the frame to reach the destination. Here we have to wait the frame to be destinated. It is going to the correct destination. So we have to, the sender have to wait until and unless it is going to the destination. Then and be acknowledged before the next frame can be sent. Then it had to wait for the acknowledgement. Here it had to wait for the sending, the receiving of the frame. Then it had to wait for the acknowledgement, receiving of the acknowledgement. Then only it can begin again a next work. That is the disadvantage of this particular stop and wait ARQ, right? Pipelining improves the efficiency of the transmission if number of bits in transmission is large with respect to the BDP. If this can be large, this efficiency can be increased if we are just implementing more thing, that is we are using the pipelining, we are implementing the pipelining. Then what will happen, before end of the task again we can start a new task, right? So this we will see in the next ARQs, what we will study in next classes. So till this portion, what is the stop and wait ARQ, you can easily understand by this flow diagram. In any protocol or ARQ of this noiseless channel and noisy channel, the main thing which you have to understand, memorize anything, that is this flow chart. This will give you the whole story. If you can understand this one, you can easily write any examination without any fear. This is the thing what you have to understand. Understand the flow diagram, and easily these all things whatever it's written, this all story, whole story is only given by this particular thing. If you can understand this one, this story you can easily write by yourself, right? So these are the particular things, the sequence number, the acknowledgement number, each and everything, and the 3 cases which you have to keep in mind for dealing with the stop and wait ARQ, that is automatic repeat request. If you have any kind of question, any kind of queries related to this particular topic or the topic which we have discussed in previous classes, you can ask me in the comment section. If you have any kind of suggestions, or if you want me to explain any topic, then you can ask me that also. Till then, if you like my channel, then please give a like, subscribe my channel and share it with your friends so that they can also read with us, study with us. And till then, take care and goodbye.